Have you ever felt like the odds were stacked against you? That no matter how hard you work, success seems just out of reach? You're not alone. Today, we'll explore a story that shows how one person can defy the odds, rise to the top, and change the game entirely. Whether you admire him or not, Donald Trump's journey is a powerful testament to ambition, resilience, and relentless pursuit of success. Donald Trump was born in 1946 in Queens, New York, a bustling borough of ambition and opportunity. His father, Fred Trump, was already a well-known real estate developer who built homes for working-class families. But behind Fred's success was a tough, no-nonsense approach. He taught young Donald that to succeed in life, you had to work hard, stay tough, and never show weakness. Growing up, Donald wasn't exactly a model student. He was rebellious, often getting into trouble at school. In fact, one incident involving him throwing an eraser at a teacher convinced his father to send him to the New York Military Academy, a strict, disciplined environment far from the comforts of home. For most kids, this would be a punishment. But for Donald, it was an opportunity. At the academy, Donald thrived. He became captain of his sports teams, learned to lead, and developed a competitive edge that would define his life. By the time he graduated, Donald had tasted what it meant to lead and succeed, and he wanted more. College was the next step. Donald attended Fordham University before transferring to the prestigious Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania. Even then, he was driven to make a name for himself. When he graduated in 1968, he didn't just join his father's company, he set out to make it even bigger. Fred Trump built affordable apartments in Brooklyn and Queens, but Donald had his sights set on the gleaming skyscrapers of Manhattan. He wanted more than just a successful business, he wanted to leave a legacy. And so, he set out to make his mark on the city. Donald's first major project was transforming the dilapidated Commodore Hotel into the Grand Hyatt. This wasn't just a renovation, it was a massive undertaking that required navigating complex deals, securing financing, and overcoming skepticism. But Donald was relentless. He negotiated with the city, leveraged tax breaks, and ultimately proved everyone wrong. The Grand Hyatt's success put Donald on the map. But he wasn't done. He had an even grander vision, a skyscraper that would bear his name and redefine luxury in New York. Trump Tower was born, a 58-story glass and steel masterpiece on Fifth Avenue. It became a symbol of Donald's ambition and the lifestyle he embodied, glamorous, bold, and unapologetically grand. But Donald wasn't just building buildings, he was building a brand. His name became synonymous with luxury and success. Soon, everyone wanted to know him, to see what he would do next. The Trump brand expanded rapidly, casinos in Atlantic City, high-end hotels, golf courses, and even a brief stint as the owner of an airline, Trump Shuttle. He was everywhere. Donald's rise to fame wasn't just about business, it was about cultivating a larger-than-life image. He was a frequent guest on talk shows, gave interviews, and even authored a best-selling book, The Art of the Deal. In it, he shared his secrets to success, cementing his reputation as the ultimate dealmaker. Donald's vision wasn't limited to New York or even the United States. He wanted to expand his empire internationally, and he did. From luxury resorts in Dubai to ambitious projects in Asia, the Trump brand became a global symbol. But as always, there were challenges. The real estate business is volatile, and Donald was no stranger to setbacks. Throughout the 1980s, Donald continued to build, buy, and expand. But the seeds of his challenges were already being sown. He had leveraged heavily to finance his projects, borrowing large sums of money to fuel his empire. And for a time, it worked. But when the economy slowed down in the early 1990s, Donald's debt became a major problem. The 1990s brought a harsh reality check for Donald. He had taken on massive debt to finance his projects, and when the economy took a downturn, his businesses suffered. Trump Taj Mahal, the casino he called the eighth wonder of the world, filed for bankruptcy, along with other ventures. It was a humbling moment. Donald faced billions in debt, sold off major assets, and even went on a personal budget dictated by banks. Many thought he was finished. The tabloids covered every twist and turn of his financial troubles, and his divorce from Ivana Trump played out in public. It was a low point. But Donald wasn't ready to give up. He negotiated with creditors, restructured his businesses, and slowly climbed back. He turned his downfall into a comeback, a story he would later share in his book, The Art of the Comeback. By the mid-2000s, Donald was back on top. Then came a twist no one saw coming: television. In 2004, Donald became the star of The Apprentice, a reality show where contestants competed in business challenges. His catchphrase, "You're fired," became iconic, and millions tuned in every week to watch. Donald was no longer just a businessman, he was a pop culture phenomenon. The success of The Apprentice catapulted Donald Trump's fame to new heights. He became one of the most recognizable figures in the world, using the platform to further enhance his brand. The show wasn't just entertainment, it was a showcase of Donald's business acumen, or at least the image of it that he wanted to project. For many, it was their first introduction to the man behind the name, and it solidified his reputation as a tough, no-nonsense leader. But Donald's ambitions didn't stop there. As he built his brand, he watched the world around him change. Economic uncertainty, political shifts, and social unrest created a new landscape in America. And Donald, always attuned to opportunity, saw a chance to make a different kind of mark. In 2015, Donald Trump made a bold move. He announced his candidacy for President of the United States. Critics laughed, the media doubted him, but Donald had a message that resonated. He spoke to people who felt ignored, promising to make America great again. The campaign was electric, full of controversy, energy, and the kind of spectacle only Donald could deliver. Donald's style was unconventional, but it worked. He defeated seasoned politicians to win the Republican nomination, then shocked the world by defeating Hillary Clinton in the 2016 election. He became the 45th president, pledging to shake up Washington. Donald's presidency was anything but ordinary. From immigration reform and tax cuts to trade wars and Supreme Court appointments, he kept his promise to disrupt the status quo. But it wasn't without controversy. His handling of major issues like the COVID-19 pandemic, racial tensions, and international relations drew both fierce loyalty and fierce opposition. Donald faced impeachment twice, deepened political divides, and remained a polarizing figure. Love him or hate him, he changed the way Americans viewed politics, and himself. After leaving office, Donald Trump refused to fade away. He continued to speak out, rally his supporters, and influence the direction of the Republican Party. Whether teasing another presidential run or shaping midterm elections, Donald remained at the center of attention. Donald Trump's story is one of ambition, resilience, controversy, and transformation. His impact on American politics and culture is undeniable, and whether he runs again or not, his influence is here to stay. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and hit that subscribe button for more stories of success and lessons that inspire. See you next time.